It's one of the most secure facilities on Earth. Fort Knox. Built in 1936, guarded by soldiers, surveillance, and steel. It's supposed to hold over 4,500 metric tons of gold, more than $250 billion worth. But here's the problem. No one's seen it. No public audit. No recent photos. No confirmation that the gold is even there. And that's why, for decades, Fort Knox has been at the center of one of America's quietest financial mysteries. What's really inside Fort Knox? And why won't they show us? The official story says this. Fort Knox holds the United States Bullion Depository, the National Gold Reserve, sealed behind 22-ton doors and protected by military forces 24/7. The gold was allegedly accumulated during the Great Depression and World War II, when the U.S. government outlawed private gold ownership and seized bullion from citizens. By 1941, Fort Knox held over half of all the world's gold. Today, it's said to hold around 147 million troy ounces, the bulk of America's remaining reserve. But the last full audit was in 1953. And even then, it wasn't televised, it wasn't photographed, and it wasn't conducted by independent sources. Since then, almost nothing. In 2017, a small group of U.S. officials, including Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, visited Fort Knox and tweeted, "Glad gold is safe." That's it. No video, no press, no access for economists, watchdogs, or the American public. Why? This has led to dozens of theories. Some say the gold is still there, but being used as silent collateral in foreign loans. Others say it was quietly sold off decades ago, piece by piece, to cover wars, black budget operations, or bailouts. Then there's the most extreme theory, that Fort Knox is empty, that at some point in the past 50 years, the gold was removed, replaced with fake bars, or simply vanished, and no one wants to admit it. Even former congressmen like Ron Paul have publicly called for a full audit and been denied. Why would a democratic government refuse to confirm one of its most critical financial assets? There's also a curious history. In 1974, a small tour was conducted with hand-picked media. They saw one vault room, photographed a few bars, and were told the rest was classified. That was 50 years ago. Since then, nothing. No weight checks. No purity tests. No independent verification. And if the gold was ever gone, could they even admit it? What would it do to markets, to public trust, to global trade? Here's what we do know. Fort Knox still operates. It remains under federal control. And it continues to appear in financial statements as if everything is normal. But behind the concrete, cameras and armed guards, lies one of the most persistent, untouchable questions in American history. What's really inside Fort Knox? Is it a fortress of wealth? Or a monument to a secret no one dares reveal? Subscribe to Hidden Gold Files for more stories of vanished treasure, hidden vaults, and the truths they refuse to confirm.